you're a Taurus born April 20th to May 20th, what can you expect for the month of May 2019? Let's tune in and find out. So, you're up for the challenge, Taurus. Whatever it is coming at your way, you're up for the challenge. You can handle it. You just have to keep your eyes open, right? And you've got to be able to use all your sensory acuity to know what's going on around you and be in the flow. So it's kind of like front and center, go slow, but stay aware, and you're going to be able to handle whatever's coming your way. So lots of big things. I feel this overall sense of gratification that you're handling life and you're doing it well. And sometimes there are things that take the wind out of our sails, right? We can get knocked down and then have to get back up to fight. But the good news is your eyes are wide open and you're doing a really good job of seeing what the challenges are, and you're doing a great job of maneuvering around them. So let's go ahead and take a little bit closer look at relationships. So those of you that are in a committed relationship, romantic relationship, let's see what's in store for you for the month of May. So you're going to have an opportunity to do some repair on your relationship. There may be something that is an obstacle that's come up to your attention that it's like, okay, we need to talk about this. We need to discuss this. It's been under the rug for a long time, and now it's time to kind of bring it out into the light. So there's something going on in the relationship that needs to be addressed and have conversation around. And for some of you, it may require even going to therapy. For others, it's just a matter of fact of just shining light on it, having a discussion, and then that's it, and then moving forward. But it is something that is in the relationship that needs to be addressed, that's going to ultimately bring you closer together. So don't be afraid of speaking your mind, whatever it is, what's kind of been bugging you or hanging around in the background. It's time to really talk about it. And if you do that, you're going to feel that there's just a deeper level of connection and love in your relationship. Now, if your partner is somebody who gets really uncomfortable with conversations, they have a hard time, maybe let's say they're sensitive to criticism, and maybe you're not even criticizing, but you're just even bringing it up as a question, and they right away feel like, oh my God, you're being hypercritical, and you're not. One of the things you can ask them is what are you afraid of, right? Just when I talk about this, what I feel like you're being defensive. Am I saying something that's bothering you, right? Or what is it about this conversation that has you afraid? I love you, and let's talk about it, right? So it's about bringing them love and making them feel secure, so that whatever's going on for them, just hold the space. And what that means is just love them while they're going through whatever it is they're going through, even the uneasiness or the uncomfortability of having the conversation. And it could be that you're the one who's having uncomfortability with it, but I think it might be your partner. The other thing is, if you can just hold that space, they'll feel the love and they'll feel your compassion, and it'll make it easier for them to kind of say what's there for them, and to not be afraid. So just know that there's this opportunity for you guys to grow closer. It's just about not pressuring them, but giving them the space, and at the same time having the conversation. So what else is available for you guys in your romantic relationship? The end of the month is huge. Like the end of the month, there's this real loving energy, powerful energy. I don't know if there's something going on for you, if you have, somebody graduating, or there's a wedding or a pregnancy, but it just feels like this really great family time at the end of the month that really is unifying and feeling good. So there's definitely real healing things, opportunities that can happen throughout the month, and this great enjoyment, or this could even be a vacation, I'm not sure what it is, at the end of May that really unifies and brings you guys together as a couple, and really helps you fall deeper back in love. So I love the energy at the end of the month for the two of you. And the beginning of the month, it feels fine too. It's time for some real conversation, and I think you're going to have this month the opportunity to actually have some real conversation. All right, let's look at money, career. Well, before we do that, let's look at singles. Those of you that are a single Taurus and interested in relationship, what's in store for you this month? So one of the things for you to attract a relationship is to let go of your own doubting energy, your own devaluing of yourself, And one thing that can minimize that is take the goal of having a relationship off the table. Like just move that away, right? Like just don't put that kind of pressure on yourself, because somehow it makes you turn inward and devalue yourself. So instead of wanting to create a relationship, why don't you? It might be helpful to say, to reframe it in a way that says, I want to collect friends. I want to meet interesting people that I connect with, right? And let that be kind of like your presence for the month. And by doing that, it releases a lot of that anxiety or that measuring up thing that you do that has you not want to throw your hat in the ring, or that makes you feel nervous or like you don't compare. So by just collecting friends, now you're kind of looking outward, and you're looking more with a curiosity about what the other person might be like. Wow, I wonder what they're like. And I wonder, what interests they have. And so now the focus isn't on you and you comparing yourself, but instead looking outward. And I think if you can make that slight adjustment in your mind, it'll show me right away that there's people being brought into your sphere of influence for conversation and for fun and for enjoyment. That first weekend in May, like around the new moon of Taurus, May 4th, right away you can meet new people, new friends, and new relationships that could turn into something that could grow into a really beautiful romance. So they're just showing me like a little bud of a connection. And so look for it that first weekend, that new moon of Taurus. And your job is just to be curious about other people. That will keep you out of your head and asking questions about them and getting to know them. And then it's not about you. And it will make you also very attractive, because people love to talk about themselves. So if you're the person who's asking the questions and they're the ones who's answering, it also takes the pressure off of you. So I think it's a win-win, and definitely a way for you to put your best foot forward and being able to be a good listener and ask the question. So do that, guys. I really like this energy for you for this month for relationships, and especially beginning with that new moon. All right, let's look at your money and career for you, Taurus. So if it feels like there's been a hole in your pocket for a while, where you've just been bleeding money for this reason or that reason, the kids, whatever, debts, responsibilities. I do feel like that's finally going to get zipped up, closed up this month, where you're going to start to be able to retain some of that money for yourself. So whether it is you put your foot down with people and said, no more, I'm not giving anymore, or whether that debt has been paid, but I see you being able to accumulate wealth now. This is the beginning of being able to accumulate wealth for yourself and the direction you want to go in life. So for your goals and your dreams. So this marks feels like a new beginning for you in terms of being able to actually start to capitalize on things that you want for yourself financially. And I feel like this is long term. So whether you open up, some sort of financial planning situation, or you meet with somebody, or you invest in stocks or bonds, it feels like it's something long term that you may be making an investment in, or that you're able to actually finally put money towards that. So I feel that shift happens for you this month. Let's see anything about your career. For some of you, there will be an acknowledgement with your career, an advancement. You may get a bonus or an increase in your responsibilities and increase in your pay for this month. So there's there could be overtime, but where you're needed. So there's definitely a need for you and what you're doing, and that also equates to more money this month. So I don't see any problems with money. In fact, I feel like you actually gain more money this month than you've seen in a while. So you're able to actually hang on to more. So that feels good. All right, let's look at your health for Taurus and see what's available for your health. So I feel like your energy is good. The only thing that is coming up is a little bit, I feel like some of you could have potentially some allergies, or I'm feeling like some tightness in my lungs. So it could be an allergy thing, or it could just be that you're having a um, um, Yeah, it feels more like allergies to me. It doesn't feel like anything else unless you have like a cold and you're getting over, just having that drainage down into your lungs. But overall, I don't feel like it's anything big. I feel like your lungs will be this, are the sensitive thing this month. So just do those things that we know to do in terms of being able to breathe and being able to take some deep breaths and being able to, get out in fresh air. If you do have cold too, there's always, putting the head over the steam, right? Getting into steam helps to open. But lungs also has to do with grief, and lungs represent, grief and letting go. So if you do have some issues with your lungs this month, it could, you may want to ask yourself, what are you afraid of, or what are you grieving, what are you letting go? And if you can give a little more attention to that and allow yourself to grieve and to let go, you'll find that your lungs will clear up faster too. Okay? Because our body's always holding on to the emotion until it gets expressed. And so unexpressed emotion can create blocks in the body. And with lungs, it's generally grief. Okay, let's look at any surprises for you, Taurus, for the month. So I think you're going to be surprised that at the end of the month that you're going to be farther ahead than you had anticipated. So what that means is individual to you. So maybe it's like, so whatever your goal is, whatever your mind is focused on, whatever your goal is, at the end of the month, you're going to be farther ahead than you expected. So that could be, maybe it's trying to get pregnant. Maybe it's trying to get a promotion. Maybe it's losing weight. Maybe it's exercising and you have a goal that you want to meet. I just see, but at the end of the month, when you stop and turn around, there's this pride of, wow, I did better than I anticipated, or I'm further along than I expected. So it's a good month for you to make progress. It's a good month for you guys to set your goals and to go for it and to be in that flow. And that's where I was, coming back to the middle, or to the very beginning when we talked about the new moon in Taurus, May 4th. I felt like this energy of excitement coming in, and this joy and this pride of being able to handle a lot, maneuver, right? Almost like a fighter, right? You're in the ring and you're seeing everything coming, and you're able to maneuver yourself in a way that you can handle it. So by the end of the month, I just feel this real pride and like, wow, I did it. I accomplished it. And for some of you, that may be buying and selling a house, or getting your kids enrolled into another school, or moving across the country, or getting divorced, or marrying somebody, or having a baby. It's all these life changes that really call us to stand on our own 2 feet and to have all our wits and our senses about us, and it can be draining. The good news is you guys handle it well, and I see by the end of the month there's this level of satisfaction, like, yes, we did it, we made it, it's good. So whatever it is that you're facing, or that projection that you have of that goal that you want to make, just stay the course, because by the end of the month, there's a lot of pride there and joy that you've made it. So go for it, guys. All right, so I hope you like the astrology for you. If you do, please click like, share it with your friends. Always love to get your comments. And of course, happy birthday to all you Taurus out there. And I look forward to seeing you again next month.